You could be even like rich. You could live in the White House someday. You could be president.
Me?
Do what you want to do.
This is how you create wealth from nothing, not by playing it safe, not by being realistic, not by waiting for someone to hand it to you, but by doing what most won't, by seeing what others ignore, by breaking the equation they forced into your head since you were a kid. The one that says, go to school, get a job, trade your time for money, retire and die. That equation is broken. You think you need money to make money. Wrong. What you need is leverage. What you need is perspective. What you need is hunger. Look around. Elon Musk didn't start rich. He slept on the floor of his office. Jeff Bezos packed boxes in his garage. Oprah Winfrey grew up in poverty. Howard Schultz was raised in the projects. They didn't wait. They didn't whine. They didn't look for excuses. They solved problems, big problems, and they got paid accordingly. You want to get rich? Stop chasing money. Chase problems. Money follows value. Value comes from solving pain. You find a painful problem and you solve it better than anyone else, money will find you. And if that solution helps a lot of people, now you're playing the game at scale. Most people think money comes from working more, from adding more hours. But there's a ceiling to how many hours you can work. There's no ceiling to how much value you can create. The richest people don't trade time for money. They trade ideas, systems, solutions. They build things that work while they sleep, that scale without them. They don't sell effort, they sell impact. You think your job is your only shot? That your degree guarantees success? Wake up. The world doesn't care about your diploma. It cares about what you can offer, the problems you can solve, the things you can build. That's what gets rewarded. That's what turns zero into millions. Still think you need luck? No, you need action. Consistent, brutal action. You need to break free from comfort. You need to stop playing defense. You need to start hunting. Every second you waste scrolling, complaining, procrastinating. Someone else is building, learning, moving. And guess what? They'll get what you wanted. Wealth isn't built by accident. It's built by obsession. Obsession with solving, with creating, with growing. And it starts with a shift from consumer to producer, from employee to owner, from follower to leader. You have to stop thinking like a worker and start thinking like a builder. You say you want freedom. You say you want to retire your parents, travel the world, live on your terms, but you won't change your habits. You won't learn new skills. You won't take the risk. Then what are you really saying? That you want the dream, but not the work? That's not how it works. The path to wealth is paved with discomfort, with rejection, with failure, but also with power, with progress, with the kind of growth that makes you unstoppable. If you want an easy life, you get a hard one. But if you face the hard life now, you earn the freedom others only fantasize about. Most people live and die in mediocrity, not because they had to, but because they chose comfort over greatness. They chose distraction over focus, excuses over execution. They watched Netflix when they should have been building. They listened to doubt when they should have acted. But you don't have to be one of them. You can start right now. No capital, no problem. Learn a skill, offer a service, start small, scale fast. Build a system, automate it. Solve one problem better than anyone else and scale that solution. The digital world changed the game. You don't need permission. You don't need investors. You need courage, strategy, and relentless execution. You can sell courses, coach, dropship, market, write, build apps, edit videos, design anything. The gatekeepers are gone. The only thing in your way is your mindset. And the truth is, it won't be easy. You'll fail. You'll doubt yourself. You'll want to quit. But that's part of the deal. The people at the top, they failed more than you've even tried. They kept going when it was hopeless. That's what made the difference. You say you want to be rich? Then make yourself useful. Make yourself dangerous. Build something that matters. Learn things people will pay for. Solve problems they can't solve. And most importantly, don't stop. Don't slow down. Don't wait for permission. The world is not fair. It never was. But that's not an excuse. That's an opportunity. Because in an unfair world, those who act without asking win. Those who break the rules of mediocrity and play their own game change everything. So what are you going to do? Keep waiting? Keep doubting? Or are you going to build something that lasts? Wealth isn't a number. It's a byproduct of courage, of creation, of execution. You don't need to be special. You need to be relentless. You don't need money. You need clarity. You don't need connections. You need solutions. And every step you take, every action you choose, puts you closer to the life that's waiting. You can keep living the life they programmed into you, or you can build the one you were meant for, the one they said you'd never have, the one you fight for every single day, the life of freedom, of power, of ownership. You wanted to know how to build wealth from nothing? That's how. Stop waiting. Start solving.